Okay, so I am busy working on a 6-lane, 130-foot long track. It's going to be somewhere in Toronto. As you can see, I've got about 4 pieces of the corners cut out. And these are the raw joint blocks. They've got the tops, middle tongue, all the bolts are in. They're almost ready to split, but I'm putting one more feature. You see it's basically 2 pieces of 1/4-inch MDF on the bottom and behind the side rails. These are not any sort of a tongue and groove joint at all. One thing I've learned over the years is more than 2 tongues is pretty much just more than 2 tongues, and it doesn't do anything. You're not gaining anything by putting more than 2 tongues on, provided the tongues are precision fit. This one has already been split. It's got the bottom caps on, and I took it apart. I checked it with a straight edge before I pulled it apart. I pulled it apart, put it back together, checked it with a straight edge. These joints are perfect. MDF joints are very precise. What I like about them versus a pine or 2x4 type joint that I used on the last track is that they're more resistant to squishing, for lack of a better term. Basically, if you have pine in here and here, the tighter you pull the bolt, they will twist. And a lot of people, when they're putting their track, say a used track together, again for the first time, they will literally crank the snot out of these joints using the bolts because they don't see it really tightening up on the surface enough. But the problem there is usually the track is tilted or it's up a bit too high. So rather than reefing on these bolts to no end, and basically you can ruin a joint over tightening it. Get it snug, get the whole track put together, then go back in a couple of days. You'll see that will kind of tighten up on its own. But with MDF joints, they tend to tighten right up. The other thing that happens is you have an open joint, a joint that's a little bit of a gap on the top. Well, it's because it's sitting on a hump on your floor, and it has to be leveled properly. At any rate, hopefully tomorrow I will have all these joints done and split and ready for the track. I have to get some more MDF. The plan is to cut the whole track out up here. You see my boat's no longer in the way. I've loaned it to my daughter and her family while I'm building this track. Unfortunately, the lake has been really nice and I haven't taken advantage of it. But I want to get this done. I'll have the rest of the summer for boats. Still have my Sea-Doo kind of buried in behind all the legs here. These legs are the 5/8 MDF. They're basically the same as the last track, except they're slightly bigger, that's all, and thicker. More suitable for a commercial type track that this is going to be. Alright, well, hopefully I'll get this posted. You can see there's a cooler and a chair here with my name on it. Gonna relax a little bit. Thanks for watching.